السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. طلاب ثانوية كلية بغداد، طلاب الصف الرابع، نبدأ معكم مادة الكورس الثاني لمادة اللغة الإنجليزية، مادة الأدب. شاعرنا لهذا اليوم هو W.B. Yeats. W.B. Yeats. Now, we have here in this page we have this poet. Let's see who is W. Yeats or W.B. Yeats, or who is Yeats. Now, look at the here yellow box. One of the famous influential poets in the English language, and probably the most famous poet and playwright of the 20th century. He was born in 13th June 1865 in Dublin, Ireland. He was the son of the well-known Irish painter John Butler Yeats. His father was a painter, Irish painter. He became involved in Irish politics, arguing that Irish culture should be free from English control and influence. His famous poems include تضمن قصائده Easter 1916, The Lake, Isle of Innisfree, Selling to Byzantium. He died in 1939. He was buried in France at the beginning of the Second World War, and after that he was reburied in his homeland, Ireland. This is a short or a summary of Yeats' life. And now let's see his poem. One of these, we have another poem in addition to these that is which are mentioned in this summary. We said Easter 1916, the Lake Isle of Innisfree, Selling to Byzantium. Now, when you are old, 1892. So, let's read this poem, or W. Yeats' poem. Look, his name. He is William Butler Yeats. This is a short of his name. Okay. When you read, when you are old, 1892. When you are old and grey and full of sleep, and nodding by the fire, take down this book and slowly read, and dream of the soft look your eyes had once, and of their shadows deep. How many loved your moments of glad grace, and loved your beauty with love false or true. But when man loved the pilgrim soul in you, and loved the sorrow of your changing face, and bending down beside the glowing bars, murmur a little sadly how love fled, and paced open the mountains overhead, and hid his face amid a crowd of stars. This poem was written in 1891, and then it was published in 1892. Now, let's look at the glossary of this poem. Nodding, what's mean nodding? Letting your head drop down because you are sleepy. حناء الرأس أثناء النعاس. Glad grace means happiness and kindness, السعادة واللطافة. Pilgrims means المسافر, traveler, or someone looking for something. Soul means الروح, a person, spirits, inner character means داخل الإنسان أو روح الإنسان. Sorrow means sadness, الحزن. Glowing bars mean hot bars of the fire, means bars means القضبان أو الخشب المحترق means hot bars of the fires. Murmurs معناها say very quietly, يتمتم, yes. Fled, left quickly means يغادر بسرعة, or run away, يهرب, run away. Paced means walk up and down many times. And overhead means above your head. And amid means among or in the middle of something. Now, let's see. We have here some questions about William Butler Yeats. Let's see the first one. William Butler Yeats, question number one. Who is W.B. Yeats? He is one of the most famous and influential poet and playwright in the English language of the 20th century. Number two, where and when, or when and where was he born? أين ومتى ولد? He was born on the 13th of June 1865 in Dublin, Ireland. Number three, what was Yeats' father? ماذا كان يعمل أباه? His father was a well-known, a famous Irish painter, portrait painter, رسام لوحات. John Butler, his name was John Butler Yeats. Number four, was he involved in politics? هل ساهم واشترك في السياسة؟ how كيف؟ وممكن أن يكون السؤال بشكل آخر. What was he involved in? He was involved in politics. how كيف؟ arguing جادل the Irish culture الثقافة الأيرلندية يجب أن تكون حرة من السيطرة الإنجليزية في تلك الفترة. Should be free from the English control and influence women تأثيرها. Number 5. What are his famous poems? ما هي قصائده المشهورة؟ They are Easter 1916, The Lake Isle of Innisfree, and Sailing to Byzantium. 6. When did he die? Where was he buried? He died in 1939 and he was buried at first time or at the beginning after the Second War. Yes, after the Second War in France, and he was buried in France, but later he was reburied عادوا دفنه مرة أخرى in his homeland في بلده Ireland. Let's see the next question. Or we have other questions in your student book. Now, let's see the first question. If you look at this poem, it consists of 3 parts. Each part has 4 lines. Each part has 4 lines. These lines ends with rhythm. Okay, if we look at this line at the end of the lines in each part, look at the word sleep, book, look, deep. They are different. We call this rhyme. And because these rhymes are different, we call this rhyme scheme. The rhyme scheme at the end of each line gives the poem a musical quality. So let's see. Read the poem aloud to your partner. The first question. We have here in your student book, we have here 4 questions. Let's answer this question. Read the poem aloud to your partner. What do you notice about the rhyme scheme? القوافي الموجودة في نهاية الأسطر. Highlight it with different color. أشرها أو عينها بألوان مختلفة. Let's see. Look at the headline. P, sleep, book, look, deep, glad grace, true, you, face, bars, fled, overhead, stars. So, look. Each part has 4 lines. And the first line and the fourth line are the same rhyme. The second and the third are the same. For example, we give a letter in order to name these or to identify these rhyme. We say A, B, B, A, B, B, A. So the first one and the fourth one are the same rhythm, so we call them A, A. The second one and the third one are the same rhyme, we call them B, B. And let's go to the next part. Look, here the rhyme is different. We give it another letter. We say A, B, B, A. This is Grace, C. True, another one, different. C, D, D, and C. Look, Grace, face. These two lines are in the first one and the fourth one are the same, and the second one and the third one also are the same. C, D, D, C. Let's go to the third part. Look here. Bars fled. We have here another rhyme. We give it E. E, and this is different also. E, F, F, fled, overhead, and then stars. Bars, stars. So the rhyme scheme in this poem: A, B, B, A, C, D, D, C, E, F, F, E. So in each 4 lines, let's see, the first and the fourth rhyme are the same, and the second and the third rhyme are the same. This gives the poem a musical quality. So the rhyme gives the poem a musical quality خاصية الموسيقية. Now, let's go to the next sentence. Discuss what image you have of the old man. You have of the old man. What image you have of the old man in this poem? What image? You see, when you are old and grey and full of sleep and nodding by the fire, take down this book and slowly read and dream of the soft look your eyes had once and of their shadows deep. ما هي الصورة التي تتردد في ذهن القارئ? We said image or imagery. It is a picture that repeated in the mind of the reader of the listener. So discuss what the image you have of the old man and what about the woman he loved. So the story of this poem about an old man and his beloved. So what is the image of these two people in this poem? Let's see. We have the image of the old man. He told his beloved, who has become an old woman, that he loved her for her inside, and he even loved her as her looks began to fade and she lost her beauty and youth. It means that this man in this poem, he said to his beloved, and while he sitting beside the fire or by the fire, he remembered his old days, and he remembered the woman that he remembered the woman or his beloved, and he said to himself that he loved her inner, or in spite that she became old and her hair became gray and she lost her beauty and her youth. So let's see The third question. Find one example of the personification. What do we mean by personification? Personification means that gives something that it is